There's no case law to the firms. You have any liberty whatsoever in any universe for any reason to identify someone before they are lawfully arrested.
Mm-hmm. I'm willing to work with you. Send an email. Talk to the people that would be involved. Mm-hmm. I'm willing to work with you. I don't have any of those answers right now.
Okay, I'll just notify the police that
you're... Yeah, you bet, man.
For people who are tough to identify themselves and because they are a threat to me, you're also carrying bear base, sir.
Tough to identify you're carrying a knife?
Officer Watts admitted he's a provisional police officer. He has an enormous amount of service stripes on his uniform. I don't know if he's got those service stripes in kindergarten or something else, but I cannot believe reasonably that came by honest, hardworking police work.
Like I said, I just wanted to come over and make sure that everything was okay, and
yeah,
you guys were, there's no issues. I didn't want you guys to be, give the impression that there was an issue.
First of all, what's your name?
I'd rather not give a name.
No, what is your name?
I'd rather not give it.
You're not going to give me your name?
But I would like your supervisor, because this needs to get fixed, and fixed now.
All right, sir.
Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is going to be a new feature to my stories to inform you about a disturbing trend from government officials and being sanctioned by YouTube. My company's reporting has captured so many bad instances of government employees committing crimes, being rude, unhelpful, lying, and more. These bad government employees are now making privacy strikes on YouTube to silence my journalism. YouTube has privacy guidelines that actively benefit bad acting and sometimes criminal government employees by allowing them to file privacy complaints for footage of government employees conducting public business in public places during public operating hours. You heard that correctly. So, in response to this, my company is going to be utilizing an approach to ensure that you will still get the news you need and want. From this point forward, the following will be done and also requested of you, the viewer. If a privacy strike is made and YouTube informs me that a person must be blurred out, it will be done to keep the story available. For you, viewer, I ask the following. When you watch my story, as it comes out, keep track of people you may want to compliment or complain about at certain time frames in the story. Take screenshots of those people. Listen for job descriptions. Observe where public employees are working in reported situations so you can inquire in a detailed manner about the person, since I may not be able to share certain information about them due to these privacy guidelines at YouTube. Remember, these government agencies are trying to stifle your ability to seek redress of grievances, as is your First Amendment liberty, by striking at the First Amendment and journalists reporting on this terrible and sometimes good behavior. Don't let the government abuse a private company's privacy guidelines to take away your ability to seek redress of your grievances by way of reporting from a journalist. The government seeks to silence you and me. Let's not allow them to do so. Thank you for supporting my journalism.
Hey everyone, I am free. It's September 17th, 2025. I am in the city of McCleary, here in the county of Grays Harbor. And I am heading on over to the McCleary wastewater treatment plant to get some photo and video. There are some people in the area that, after watching some of my other stories regarding wastewater treatment plants, had some concerns about the place. So I'm going to go here, check and see if there's any merit to those allegations. So, while I've got your attention, if you wouldn't mind liking, sharing, and subscribing, hitting that all notifications bell so you can get my stories right in the release, I'd greatly appreciate it. You can follow me on X at I.A.M Auditing, on Facebook at Inland Auditing Media. And if you want to help keep my feet on the streets, you guys know what to do. You can go to the links in the description for Cash App and Venmo. Thanks for always for supporting my journalism. Let's get on in here and check out the facility. Hey, how's it going? Oh, just working on something. How about you, man?
What are you working on?
I can't really get into that right now, but yeah, just working on something. How's your day treating you?
Good.
Good.
What are you working on?
Like I said, I just can't really get into that right now. But if you get like a email, business card or something, I can email you when I'm done today.
No, but I can call the police and have them find out what you're doing.
Oh, sure. Yeah, absolutely. You want to give him a ring? Sure.
I will.
Yeah, I'll just be out here.
But what are you doing? No, you can't be walking around.
Oh, sure I can. Yeah, it's completely open to the public.
No, it's not.
What would make you think it's not open to the public here?
Because of the fence. We
Yeah.
have things going on here that you might get hurt, so we don't want you to get hurt.
Yeah, the fence is open with an open gate.
Okay, I'll just notify the police that you're...
Yeah, you bet, man. Do you work here, by the way?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. What's your name and title? All right. Tips and leads are from quite a while ago. I'd say at this point, over a year. I can't remember the exact date off the top of my head, but it's over a year. Had to do with the King County story out at Vashon that they saw and had concerns about. So we're just going to get some photos here. Just kind of check out the facility. Now, I don't know if this is part of it or not, but I have to say that doesn't look right. It may also just not be a functioning reservoir here to treat the fluids. I mean, it looks really run down, and of course they've let the bushes and everything well, yeah, completely grow over in there. I will say this place looks pretty run down. I don't know if that's normal, but a couple of those bricks at the top of this tank here are actually they look dislodged and sticking out maybe an inch. Yeah, and I don't know if that's by design, but that doesn't look right. Hey, how you doing? Is this consensual?
Pardon me?
Is this a consensual encounter?
No, it is not, sir.
Hey, what's the problem?
You were trespassing on city property.
How am I trespassing? There's no signs, there's nothing.
You were Do you realize you're on a city property owned?
Yeah.
Okay. May I see some identification, sir?
Why do I need ID? It's not a stop and ID state.
Yes, it is.
It's not a stop and ID state.
Sir, are you going to show me some ID or not?
What happens if I don't ID?
Ah, yes. Here comes Captain Crunch. 20 years on the job, ladies and gentlemen. That's 2 decades of traffic stops, donut runs, and apparently a complete refusal to open the revised Code of Washington and what's that called? Oh, that's right. Called reading. Reading. Yes. 20 years of no reading. Suspected of trespassing, as we're hearing here. Now, isn't that rich? Suspicion is the currency of the lazy. You see, in Washington state, trespass is covered under RCW 9A5270 and 80. Both require actual unlawful presence. Not suspicion, not a hunch, actual evidence. But evidence like literacy seems in short supply here, and now he demands ID. A bold choice considering Washington is not, and I do want to repeat, not a stop and identify state. There is no statute requiring me to hand over my name just because an officer with 20 years of dust on his badge has a suspicion. Now, let's be clear. RCW 46.20.017 requires ID only if you're driving. Well, unless I'm a transformer, I'm not. RCW 46.61.20, you get stopped for traffic citations. Oh, that's right, I'm not driving again. And RCW 9A76.20, obstructing, but refusing to answer unlawful demands isn't obstruction. Gosh, I wonder if that's been handled before in the Washington State Supreme Court. Oh, that's right. In 2004, it was State versus Rankin. Rankin told officers exactly where they could stick their stop and identify fantasies. Spoiler, it wasn't in the statute books. But here's the tragedy. 20 years of service and the man still hasn't read State versus Rankin. Imagine clocking in 2 decades in surgery and still thinking blood runs on diesel. This isn't a Terry stop under RCW 1031-100 because he's got no articulatable suspicion of a crime. This is just theater. Bad theater, and the kind where the actors forget their lines and just make it up as they go. Now, as we're about to find out, he's going to want to call me uncooperative. I call it resistant to unlawful authority. If that sounds pedantic, remember, pedantry is what keeps tyrants in check. And in Washington, the law is very clear. Until you've arrested me or caught me driving, my ID stays exactly where it is, in my wallet. Keeping company with the United States Constitution, the same one Officer Watts hasn't read. Ever. So, let's recap here. 20 years of service, and the only thing trespassed here was his knowledge of the law. Let's see, I believe that's criminal trespass first degree, criminal trespass second degree, duty to display license, duty to stop for officer, obstructing a law enforcement officer, state versus Rankin. That's a lot of not reading, Officer Watts. So in summary, Captain Crunch here needs to go back and probably repeat grammar school, learn the ready thing, and once done, actually comprehend the law before he starts walking around attempting to enforce it.
Then I'll be taking you into custody.
For what?
For trespassing on city property.
Sir, there's no
Have you been
signage
asked
out
to
here.
leave by city employees?
No, actually,
You
I
have
was not.
All right. Then my mistake at the moment, I'm going to go talk to city employees.
He was asking me what I was doing here, and I told him I'm working on a story.
And he did not say that, then why are you covering your face, sir? Which you do have a right to do.
Yeah, I can
But
cover it.
why are you covering your
Because
face?
I want to. There's no privacy in public.
Pardon me?
There's no privacy in public.
Right.
So I have to create my own privacy.
I guess there's two of them. I'm the one that calls.
All right. And you are, sir?
I'm Joe Pittman.
Joe, have you asked them to leave the city property?
Oh, I just asked if they need any help or what they were doing.
There you go.
Okay. Do you want them to stay on property, or do you want them to photograph anything?
Well, I asked them if they needed any help with anything. They said they're working on a project. I'd be happy to help them with the project, but they won't identify what they're wanting.
Well, I needed to get the photos first, so. But I need to square this away first. So,
Okay.
What's going on with this at this point?
I was dispatched here by the dispatcher, Grays Harbor County,
Sure.
of a subject who was masked, who was taking photographs of a city facility.
All true.
Trespassing.
Not true.
Sir, if you want them to stay, they can stay. Otherwise, if you want them to trespass,
I would rather they went through City Hall
I'm not
and
very-
scheduled a time. Then we'd be happy to walk you through everything.
from
I appreciate it.
I'm
Yeah,
here as
there's not a
city
problem there.
resident.
This is
Yeah,
not a
I'm
big
actually just
secret.
looking to get some
I'm
information.
not going to answer the question, sir, because I don't have the proper answer to that question. Okay?
Fair enough.
Chief,
All right.
first of all, there's no signage here that says there's trespassing. He's already offered to do the photos, so I just.
All right, then I will let you go to
I
about
need you
your work
to
then, sir,
move
okay?
on, okay?
Well, hold on. You don't give me orders, sir.
I do.
No, you do not.
I do.
Are you a public servant?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
But I am called here to act as a complaint, and now I am finishing my complaint,
Okay.
and then I will let you go about to doing what you were going to do.
My
okay?
gosh, you don't have a body-worn camera?
I do not, sir.
That explains a lot in this town.
Actually, the McCleary officers, normal officers, do carry body-worn cameras.
This is
I am
just so that.
I'm a provisional at the moment until they hire another full-time officer.
Gotcha. So this is just so that you guys can get away with whatever it is and say it's something
Are you
different later.
accusing us of doing something illegal, sir?
I didn't say that.
No, yes, you are. You're implying that.
I am implying that.
Okay, so now you've just admitted it.
So what does that have to do with anything?
I'm just asking.
You know, you're
That-
the first officer I see carry a stock knife. Is that standard issue?
It is not, sir.
Okay, then why are you carrying it?
Because I'm allowed to carry a defensive weapon and a tool to be able to help me
Is that
in the
part
form
of
of...
your escalation of forces using a knife?
No, sir.
Then why are you carrying it?
For people who are tough to identify themselves... for people who are tough to identify themselves because they are a threat to me. You're also carrying bear base, sir.
Tough to identify you're carrying a knife?
Well, there's a author by the name of Franz Kafka, the writer who gave us The Trial in the Castle. Never wrote about a small town cop in Washington state carrying a SOG knife for people who are tough to identify. And yet, somehow, here we are living inside one of his footnotes. The significance of Kafka is not just literature. It's the absurdity of authority divorced from law. In the book, The Trial, the accused man is swallowed whole by a justice system that cannot articulate the crime he's charged with. In McCleary, Washington, the officer cannot articulate the statute that entitles him to identify you. But conveniently, he can use a knife to identify you by his own admission. This is the essence of the Kafkaesque, a world where reason collapses, where the policeman's blade becomes a substitute for probable cause, where, quote, tough to identify, end quote, is treated as a crime in and of itself. But here's the part Kafka might have left out. The statute books. RCW 9.41.250 restricts certain knives. True. RCW 941.251 exempts law enforcement. True. But nowhere, not in Title 9A, not in RCW 46, not even buried in the footnotes of the Washington Administrative Codes does it say you may menace civilians into compliance with cold steel. And yet, with 20 years of experience, 2 decades of a badge and a gun, oath and paycheck, his investigative tool of choice isn't the case law of State versus Rankin from 2004, which held you cannot compel ID without a lawful arrest. Oh no. Nope, his investigative tool is a serrated edge, manufactured by SOG, marketed for tactical operators, now apparently repurposed as a poor man's Miranda warning. It's gallows humor, really. The law says one thing, the blade says another. One whispers, quote, rights, the other hisses compliance. When law is replaced with intimidation, you don't get policing, you get theater. Amateur theater. And the script is Kafka's, rewritten by someone who didn't bother to finish the book. So yes, this is McCleary, Washington, where the Constitution is optional, RCWs are an afterthought, and the SOG knife, well, that's the final authority here, apparently, according to Officer Watts. Franz Kafka imagined the absurdity of faceless bureaucrats. He never imagined they'd carry tactical knives, smile, and tell you it's for identification purposes.
I'd like a supervisor.
All right, certainly, sir.
Yeah, you're borderline escalatory, man. I don't know.
May I ask, how can you describe eloquently how I'm being?
Yeah, your tonal inflections, you're being provocative, you're being...
As in someone not identifying themselves or wearing a face mask?
Absolutely, yes.
So you're admitting you're being provocative, sir.
No, I'm not admitting that. I'm saying I'm not identifying. I don't know if you just came in from a stop and ID state like New York or something, or Georgia, but that is not how it works here in Washington State. There is no stop and ID statute here. There's no case law to the firms. You have any liberty whatsoever in any universe for any reason to identify someone before they are lawfully arrested. You can detain all day long. You can do a Terry stop. You can pat. You cannot put your hands in the pockets. That's the limits of your authority in Washington State. Okay,
I appreciate it.
That's the limits of it. Are you post certified here in Washington State?
Yes, I am.
Wow. Okay, well, Monica Alexander is the head of the post certification process over at the CJTC Academy. Does not surprise me, although it looks like with your hashtags there, you probably went through in 1908. So maybe you should get repost certified and actually catch up on all the laws and whatnot, because you are just violating every inch of training that you were given when you went and got post certified. This is completely maniacal. You're making 0 sense right now. I don't know why you're doing this, but I would like your supervisor, because this needs to get fixed, and fixed now.
All right, sir. Okay. I will go. Are you going to be here approximately for the next 15-20 minutes, sir? Just so the chief can get here.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. I will go inform him, okay?
And also, next time, I would politely request that you actually fully investigate before you do what you were doing. You're just trying to get this city jammed up, and I guarantee you, if you look at the profit and loss statements and the balance sheet, as well as the insurance policy for this city, it doesn't add up to the amount of money you were getting this city to about to lose.
So you are doing this intentionally to make a financial gain?
Not at all. If you'd listen, Officer Watts, what I'm saying is your mess ups that you were just on the cusp of committing, the illegal acts that you were about to commit, were about to jam.
So you're accusing me of something that I
You were about to commit crimes.
How do you know?
You were about to commit crimes.
You're inflecting.
Oh, I don't know. Go to RCW 988010 and look at what it says there for purposes of restricting someone's liberties. I am lawfully present. There's nothing about this facility that says I cannot be here.
Once I figured out that from the
has nothing to do with him.
I let you commentary.
Nothing to do with him.
I let you commentary. Yes, it does, sir. He's the person in charge. I was responded to a trespass complaint by dispatch. That's all the information I have. Now that I found out that you are here lawfully, I am trying to leave.
Did you get post certified in North Korea? Is that what this is?
What
did you get post?
Your issue, sir? I'm
with
just
you.
explaining what information I had.
You are a rude, brusque, inappropriate, provocative police officer, You're doing everything wrong. Your attitude, your tonal inflections. You are an escalatory police officer. You're the one that shows up on videos beating someone half to death.
Now you're accusing me of things that I have not done, sir.
Because of your terrible behavior. So yes, I really want to talk to your chief.
False accusations about my character.
I am talking about your character. Yeah.
And you do not know me, sir.
Yeah. Well, I know enough about you right now. I'll tell you that, Officer Watts.
You do not.
I'm going to go around and finish doing my job, okay?
All right. And that's what I was trying to do.
You're dismissed. All right. Well, hopefully we can get the chief of police for the McCleary Police Department down here soon, because wow, that Officer Watts is a maniac, thinking I have to identify in Washington State. Hey, sir, I do have a question for you about the plant. So I got some leads. Now, granted, this is about a year ago when I got these leads. And actually, specifically about that right up there, I don't know, as you know, anywhere near what you know about these plants. So part of what I'm working on here as a journalist is just the conditions of this facility. You notice that block up top, and there's a few more around the top that are kind of pulled out, but then there's one that's knocked in. Is that actually normal, or would that be a cinder block that's like under pressure, and maybe that's why it's pushing out?
It's not under pressure.
Okay.
That's part of the old plant that they never removed.
So this isn't actively used.
Not actively.
Okay. Never mind. That makes a lot of sense, because I was looking at it and I'm like, that looks like that has a lot of condition issues, but that makes sense maybe why you're not using it then.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
I wonder who does the safety inspections here.
Well, this makes sense. I mean, the fact that that guy just clarified, what I noticed here was, you see that right up there?
Yeah.
That cinder block that's kind of pushed in.
Yep.
Up around that top ring, there's 3 or 4 more of those bricks, kind of like over there. They're popped out, and they're causing problems. And then, of course, over there, completely grown up, but I was like, that just doesn't look like it's actually being actively used. So I'm glad that guy clarified what that is. I want to come over here now and check this out, see what these look like. I'm gathering, based on what I'm seeing here, that this is not used. Nope, that's completely not used. Wow, that is just jet black. You have a light on you?
I don't know.
I forgot mine as well. I'm outside and I'm thinking like, I'm not going to need a light.
It's actually starting to warm up too. It's pretty chilly today.
It was a little chilly. Yeah. Man, the fact that that guy thinks you have to ID for all that is absolutely bonkers.
Give me your papers.
I don't know, this place looks like it's in good shape.
Just in case you were having second thoughts, please do not drink water.
I know. I do actually love that they have the life preservers, excuse me. Yeah, I don't know. This place is, I can't pick apart what every little tube and thing looks like, but the general state of it compared to that, and I'm wondering now if this is just an issue of the person didn't understand that those containers are offline and not being used. It is alarming to see that, because you're like, that doesn't look like it's running correctly. But I think if they had come in here and actually looked in there, for example, there's no mix being treated in there. None of that stuff is happening. And when you come over here and you can clearly see that this is a newer facility on this side, it all looks normal. All right, so looks like that's the chief of police pulling in here. So we're gonna have a talk with him. Officer Watts is here. We'll go talk to the chief. Good morning. Are you the chief?
Yeah, how are you guys doing?
Oh, not too bad.
Good to see you. Like your smile.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? We're all...
Appreciate it.
I'm Ryan.
I'm doing well.
Good, nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
It sounds like there was a call that came out that was not anywhere close to what it is. It sounds like you guys are just exercise your rights.
Yeah, well, yeah, and we were just actually, it looks like the leads that led me here working on the story that I'm working on do not have merit because, interestingly, I don't know if this is anything interesting to you, but that old unconditioned side of the facility now, I had someone reach out to me well over a year ago because I work on some of the stories I work on are about like wastewater treatment plants and just eco issues, that kind of stuff. Okay. And they're like, you should see this place. It looks terrible. The buildings look like they're, you know, or some of the facility looks like it's crumbling. I'm like, when I got here, I was like, that does look like it's crumbling. I mean, some of the bricks at the top are actually sticking out and poking in. But then the guy, Joe, came out and he said, that whole side of the facility is not even used. It's just shut down. It's just this side, which we went up there and checked around. I mean, I'm not a wastewater treatment plant professional, but I've done enough stories where I'm like kind of getting the hang of like, if something looks wrong and it looks all normal. So
hey, if you find something that's not in compliance, let us know.
Well, yeah, well, you know, I'm not a compliance guy, but I mean, hey, I could generally, I mean, if there's something going crazy, I did want to, while you're here, if I could, address an issue with Officer Watts. Okay. I mean, his demeanor was completely at odds with yours. It was really aggressive, and he started doing things. He was just about to arrest me for no reason. He was saying that I had to ID. He was detaining me for trespass that I had to ID. Now, I know you know. Right. This is not a stop and ID state.
That's correct, yes.
Yeah. Now, at the point of arrest, I do have to ID because I've been taken into custody. Right. I mean, one way or the other, you're going to ID me. I mean, you can fingerprint me or whatever, right? And there's a million ways to do it. But he was like, if you don't give me ID right now, I'm going to arrest you. Okay. And that's how it's going to go. And then it just went from there. His whole attitude was really poor, and I'd just like to see if I could get that addressed because I mean, I'm just a journalist working on a story.
Nope, understandable. Yeah, I mean, there's no signs here that say you can't be here.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the thing. That as well.
If there were signs out there that said, hey, no trespassing
completely
private, then it's totally different situation.
Completely agree with you.
I can address it with him.
If you would, that'd be great.
You guys can do a formal complaint against an officer if you would like. It's up to you guys. Sure. But I mean, or you can just trust that I'm going to handle it and make sure it gets taken care of.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, we got to go do some stuff at City Hall here in a minute. So, I mean, we'll be down that way in a moment. Fortunately, small towns like McCleary, you can walk everywhere.
Right. That's accurate. It
is a nice place.
Do you know who you're looking to reach over there?
Well, I got to go talk to the pro. So I'll be speaking with the pro, and I would imagine they're in.
Yeah. You're talking about the city administrator, correct?
Is that the pro?
Yeah. That's Jon Martin.
Jon Martin, okay, cool.
And I called him on the way here because I'm just on my way to the office right now. Oh, okay. And I let him know you guys are over here taking pictures and, you know, there's no issues or whatnot. Cool. And he addressed it as well and just like, oh yeah, if they have any questions, send them over. Right. You know, so I mean, there's definitely going to be no... I've been around a long time. I understand how it all works, you know. You guys got to understand that sometimes people show up in mass. It's a little bit off-putting. I'm not saying it's right or wrong or indifferent. I'm just saying it's just off-putting to some people, and to me, it's not because I mean, you know.
Well, I mean, you're a really nice guy, so you know, when I run across really nice people, I do actually like to share with them what one of the number one reason I wear a mask. In Washington State, it's my protest against fusion centers. Okay. I really don't think that fusion centers are lawful. Now, obviously, that'll have to work through like, you know, the legal system or whatever. Right. They are what they are now, but at the same time, I don't feel that they're actually a good thing. I do know that sometimes the intelligence that comes out of them does benefit society. I just don't know if our framers, our founders really intended for fusion centers to be what I believe to be an end around the Fourth Amendment.
Right. That's understandable.
Yeah, that's just, again, it's just my silent protest. I don't think my laser beam imbued mask is going to destroy the fusion centers.
No. All right.
So, you got a business card, by the way, Chief?
I do, of course.
If I could get one, I would greatly appreciate it.
No, I mean, like I said, I just wanted to come over and make sure that everything was okay and make sure you guys were, you know, there's no issues. I didn't want you guys to be, you know, give the impression that there was an issue.
Have you always worked here, or?
No, I was, let's see, I started off in Pacific County.
Oh, Oh, okay.
Back in 2013. And
well, that's a tiny county down there.
Yeah,
Were you with the sheriff's department?
I was with one of the smaller agencies.
Oh, okay.
And then I was a deputy chief I've worked for another agency in Grace Harbor for the last 6 years.
Oh, okay.
So I was deputy chief over there, and then
nice.
I accepted the chief spot over here.
You probably really like this. I mean, a nice sleepy town like McCleary's got to be nice.
Well, you know, I've worked in King County as well. So
you really like this then. You're done with all that.
See, now you don't got to wonder why I was smiling when I got out of my car. 'Cause I'm like, if this is all I got to deal with today.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
King
right?
County, that place is an absolute nightmare.
You know, so
all right, man.
Like
well, look, really appreciate your time.
Yeah,
if you have a good day.
If you guys have any questions, you're heading over to City Hall now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk over there. Yeah,
pop over there. Ask for Jon Martin.
All right.
I'm sure he'd be happy to speak with you guys.
Sounds good.
And if you have any questions, and if anything else I'll talk to Officer Watts.
Okay.
And if anything else comes up, just let us know. I mean,
okay.
We're open.
All right.
It's a free state, right?
Appreciate it, man.
Your community policing tactics, though.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care, Ryan.
Have a good day.
Wow, okay. I mean, that was great running across the chief there. I mean, really nice guy, really polite, really professional. And as I mentioned before, so if many of you have not seen my stories yet, when you're walking in on the road like this here in Washington State, you got to abide by the pedestrians in roadways statute. So that's RCW 4661-250. If you're walking on a roadway and there is no sidewalk, you have to walk on the left side facing oncoming traffic. If there's a sidewalk, regardless of what side that is on, you must walk on that sidewalk. And if there is no shoulder to walk on, in unusual situations, you can find yourself there. You just have to, again, stick by if there's no sidewalk or there is a sidewalk, and then at that point you just have to walk as far to the left as you can. But in Washington State, in other places, well, just places in general, depending on the officer's demeanor and approach and all that kind of stuff, they will use those pedestrians on roadways as a means to ID you if you're violating it. And actually, here is a perfect example coming up right here. You see the guardrail kind of cuts to the right. It's going over something. It looks like a little creek here. And I'm gonna have to walk on the road. So I'm just gonna walk as close to the side as I can so I don't violate that and allow police to ID. So that's pretty much it here at the treatment plant. We're walking on over to the City Hall right now, and I'm going to inspect their public records index while we're here. Hello. Looking to see if I could please inspect your procedures manual and your records index, please.
Okay.
All right.
And who are you with?
Just ourselves. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Good morning. Looking to see if I can inspect your procedures manual and your records index.
You have to do a public records request for that.
To inspect the procedures manual and the index?
Public records request. So go ahead and it's on our website. Just do a request and we'll get it taken care of.
Gotcha. If you don't mind me asking, are you the public records officer?
No, I'm not. Would you like the public records officer?
Yeah, if I could speak
Okay,
to the PRO,
sure.
that'd be great. Thanks.
I'm sorry, she's not available.
Okay.
If you would just send it to the city email.
Yeah. I certainly want this to be amicable, so...
Yeah, public record, and that's our process we do with anyone that's requesting information. You submit a public record request, and we'll start the process.
I usually don't get too far into the weeds on this, but I think in this situation it's probably worthwhile. The records index isn't something that is actually records requested. It's a tool meant to aid a person in making a public records request.
Okay, well, here's a public records request.
For the tool to make a public records request?
Well, no, this is the process that we follow.
Gotcha. So you don't follow state law?
We do follow state law.
Yeah.
4414-03002 in the administrative codes and 425670 subsection 3 is really clear on the index. It's not something you request.
Okay.
It's available for inspection, and then you use that to aid you in making a request. Okay. So before I walk out of here today, I just want to make sure you're not going to provide the public records index to me to inspect, nor the published procedures, which are available for inspection in accordance with Section 90, which you have to have 30 hours of inspection per week for. Just want to make sure before I walk away and there's a violation.
And I'm not saying I'm as versed as you are as far as the process and the policy. We will look and we will comply whatever is required, but I don't have any authorization as far as our process. We typically do public records.
How about this? How about we strike kind of down the middle here, provide the city a reasonable opportunity. I got plenty of time. If I could provide to you the 2 sections that are relevant here so that there's not an inadvertent misstep, I think it might do well for the city, just so that there's not a Records Act mishap, because it gets expensive up to $100 per page per day.
I totally understand that, but
Yeah.
that's where my understanding is. You start with the process of public records.
Not for the index or the procedures. You don't. So it would be like, let me give you a hypothetical that's not related to the Records Act, so I can maybe give a better example. It would be like requesting something that's already made available and is ready to go to be inspected by statute, whatever that thing is. Now in this case, it's the duties. If you look in Section 40 of the Records Act, the public records procedures are supposed to be available for inspection, because it allows the public to look at it and say, okay, here's the procedures for the city of McCleary, right? You don't records request a procedure manual that's mandated by state law that you have it available for inspection up to 30 hours per week by Section 90. So, like I said, if you could go look at Section 70, Section 40, Section 80 of the Records Act, I think you'll quickly see that the right course of action here to avoid any negative outcomes for the city civilly is to just have the procedures and the index provided.
Okay.
There you go. There's the Section 40 procedures manual. And then does this include the records index?
Does not include a records index, that's just our policy and procedure, John.
Yeah, I appreciate the procedures. Yeah, so just like this is supposed to be available, which clearly it is because she printed it out, I'd be interested in also inspecting the index.
Okay. Again, I can't say that I'm an expert.
Sure, no, that's fine. That's why I want to work with you here. So, I mean, if you need a few minutes to go look for it or something, that's no problem at all, man.
Well, I don't even know where I would be looking for it.
Gotcha. Is the pro at work today?
Pardon?
Is the pro at work today? Public records officer?
She's in a meeting.
Gotcha. I'm happy to wait because, like I said, I don't want to see the town get jammed up over this. But I do need to know, though, based on some of the leads I received from locals, if you have the index. If you don't, it is what it is. I mean, there's ways to resolve that to the courts.
And I'm saying that right now, I don't know. That's
Sure.
not what I do.
Yeah. Is the pro going to be in a meeting all day?
Most likely.
Gotcha.
We're in budget. But
So there's no way to avoid a mishap here by just quickly asking her where it's at?
I don't think so. I mean, for right now. But if you give me the request of what you're looking for,
Yeah.
I can see what we can do.
Yeah, I don't.
Because obviously you didn't give me any notice.
There's no requirement to give notice.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
So what I'd like to do is
I'm willing to work with you.
Yeah, and I'm willing to work with you too. But I mean, the fact of the matter is, it's supposed to be absolutely available for inspection right now. So it's either available for inspection or it's not. So.
Yeah, I'm saying that it's not. Because
It's not.
I don't know where we're
Okay, and just to make sure I understand, because I don't want to put words in your mouth or assume your position here. You're unwilling to go and ask your pro a really quick question of where is the index so I can give it to the citizen. You can't just even ask that?
she's in a meeting.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I've got everything I need. I'm just going to take a quick look at this. I mean, unfortunately, this is just going to have to get resolved through Superior Court for the public records violation. Is that really where the city wants to go with this?
Again, I'm willing to work with you if you give me some time not today, but give me some time so that I can ask what that is. I certainly would have you come back and take a look at it.
I'm from a considerable distance away, and I also don't want to have to IDs per subsection 2. Yeah, that's fine, but I mean, this is affirming or denying the leads of a local citizen who is taking great umbrage with the violations of the city against the Public Records Act, and I'm proving right now that you guys are in violation of the Public Records Act.
I would, number one, I would disagree with you.
I bet you would. I'm sure your attorney would too, but that's just how people toe the line. What I'm getting at is that if you just produced the procedures manual, which you're required by law to do. Mm-hmm. So you're in compliance with that. No problem. By the way, can I keep this, or is this just for the office? Okay, cool. So just like the procedures manual is supposed to be available for inspection in accordance with subsection 2, section 80 of the PRA, subsection 70, subsection 3 requires that the index as well be available for inspection. And what I'm getting is a disparate outcome. One thing that's required for inspection is available. The other thing that's required for inspection is not available. There is an allowance to exempt the city from the Public Records Act in subsection 4A of section 70. So is it possible, and if so, can you produce the exemption required by law if you don't have an index? That's supposed to be published and issued, as in like, kind of like this right here, it's available. You have to like proclaim it. Is that available?
Again, I don't know.
Gotcha. And you're just unwilling to ask a quick question of your pro?
I'm just my deputy clerk. She says that there's not one available right now. So
gotcha. Who's the city attorney?
Chris Coker.
Is he an employee of the city?
We contract with him. Yes.
Gotcha, Chris Coker. Okay. Is that out of like Aberdeen?
Olympia.
Oh. As a municipal law attorney, I guess. Well, I mean, I'd be happy if you want to give him a quick call.
Again, if you submit whatever, I mean, I'm willing to work with you. Send an email. Talk to the people that would be involved. I'm willing to work with you. I don't have any of those answers right now.
Yeah, well, like I said, I mean, I certainly want to see it, but at the same time, I think the lead is confirmed. I mean, some of your locals are not happy with the fact that there's no records index published online. They've allegedly asked to inspect it, and they've been told that there is no index. So I mean, I have to affirm that this is, at least in this moment, that the City of McCleary is violating the Public Records Act in violation of section 70, subsection 3 and 4A. So what I'd like to do then in that case is submit a public records request orally and in person. I would like to get...
Well, you need to write it down.
Really? I can't submit a public records request orally?
No. So
WAC 4414-03006 is disbanded. Did Bobby get rid of that yesterday? So what I'm going to do is submit it orally. You'll have 5 days in accordance with section 520.
Without writing it down. I don't actually know.
Yeah, you can write it down if you want. That's fine. So I'm going to submit a public records request to you, City Administrator, for all records that would be normally referenced by a records index if you had one, in accordance with...
first of all, what's your name?
I'd rather not give a name. I'll just... Yeah.
No, what is your name?
I'd rather not give it.
You're not going to give me your name?
No. I love the Fourth Amendment. Like, I have a deep affection for it.
How are we going to give you a records request if we don't even know who you are?
Oh, I can give you my email address.
Okay, what's your email address?
It's anonymous, ANONYMOUS, citizen, WA. I don't know if I can't tell upside down, but anonymous is ANONYMOUS. Okay, I just want to make sure you got it. Citizen WA at ProtonMail, PROTONMAIL.
All one word?
Yeah, all one word, all lowercase, yeah. Anonymous Citizen WA at ProtonMail.com. So I'm looking for all responsive records.
Okay.
Regarding RCW 42.
RCW 42.
0.56.
0.56.
0.070.
0.070.
Yep. Subsection 3.
Subsection 3.
Subsections A through F.
A through F.
As if the city had an index referencing those records.
Yes, if the city
had a records index referencing those specific records.
had a record.
So just as an example, a couple of the things that you'll find in 3A through S, like final opinions, policy statements, staff manuals. So basically, those I'm looking for the actual documents themselves as opposed to the index, because the city does not have an index.
Okay.
I would also like to get any and all emails, text messages,
Okay.
and application-based messages, such as, but not limited to, like Microsoft Teams. I don't know if the city uses Microsoft Teams. You guys might.
No.
Okay. Yeah. So any application-based message system. I don't know if you use Signal or whatever, but anything along those lines regarding the public records index as a phrase. And then the other phrase would just be records index. So public records index and then records index as two phrases to use through your software to shepherdize your emails and texts and whatnot.
Okay, so just say the public records indexed
Yeah, so public records index and records index.
and record index.
Yeah. And specifically those as phrases. Usually what your pro will do is just take those and pop them in there, and then it'll search all of your records and come back with X amount of responses. And I believe that is all I need. So you've got my email address.
So time frame?
Well, I mean, as quickly as possible, of course.
No, but so there's not a particular time frame that you're looking that to do that search.
Oh, yeah, back to January 1st, 1973 at the inception of the Public Records Act.
City of McCleary, this is Lori Ann.
Okay.
And also, this is just a recommendation, suggestion. I obviously can't make you guys do it, but if you do have, this is typical, if you have a whole bunch of old records, you know, from the 70s, 80s, and part of the 90s that are still physical copies, I know some towns and cities and counties and whatnot will say that it's going to be really expensive to do it. There are some actual scanning services out there that can bulk scan really affordably, and then you could use Claude AI to actually scan all those documents to determine if they meet the requirements of the records index as found in subsections 3A through F.
Well, thanks for that.
So yeah, it can actually save the city a ton of money, and smaller towns definitely are a good place to save money, right? You guys are trying to make that money go to places that are, well, roads and all that sort of stuff. So anyways, that's it. That's all I need. You got my email address and all that. So last thing not related to public records request is I'd like to issue a complaint to you regarding Officer Watts, and I'd like to commend the Chief of Police.
Here's it.
Okay.
I'll start with the commending the Chief of Police. Extremely professional, very polite, very nice, knowledgeable, understands basically a broad range of law, constitutional rights, liberties, all that kind of stuff. Officer Watts is provocative, belligerent, rude, escalatory. He is, I think, a detriment to this city. He was about to arrest me for being a journalist working on a story when he just randomly asked me for my ID. In no universe, even a drunk universe, does anyone in Washington State come to the conclusion that they can kidnap or falsely imprison me for using my journalistic liberties. That's just absolutely insane. And the chief showed up and acknowledged that. He said, yeah, absolutely, you can be here working on the story. I had a story from a local that the waste water treatment plant had some serious condition issues, and I'm sure you know this is the town administrator or the city administrator. The west side of the plant, like the old assets, they look terribly worn down because they are, but they're not being used. So I think what happened is the resident was like, oh my gosh, the wastewater treatment plant's in total disrepair, there's bricks falling out and all that, which is true, but you guys aren't actually using that stuff anymore. And I talked to Joe and I was able to walk around, and the rest of the facility looks perfect. So obviously there's no merit to those allegations, but that's all I was there for. And Officer Watts just looked like he wanted to go hands-on and just get violent. And I do not understand why that's the case, especially in modern times, right? Yet the chief of police comes over and is like the nicest guy in the world, right? I mean, just seriously a super nice guy. So if you could correct that. Officer Watts admitted he's a provisional police officer. He has an enormous amount of service stripes on his uniform. I don't know if he's got those service stripes in kindergarten or something else, but I cannot believe reasonably that that came by honest, hardworking police work, because he should have known all of those things that we were discussing from post-academy. So I think he needs to go back and get recertified, get some mandatory training or something, but please have the chief fix that, because that's just a lawsuit waiting to happen with Watts. Whereas clearly your chief of police is squared away. So anyways, that was it for the complaint. Appreciate your time.
Okay.
All right.
So that's it here for today in the sleepy town of McCleary, Washington, here in Grays Harbor County. If you like my journalism, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that all notifications bell so you get my stories right when they're released. You can follow me on X at I.A.M Auditing, on Facebook at Inland Auditing Media. And if you want to help keep my feet on the streets, you guys know what to do. You can go to the links in the description for Cash App and Venmo, and make sure you also go over and check out the CIA, Cultural Impact Alliance. Good stuff. A lot of amazing drone work he does on his channel and whatnot. He's kind of dipping his toes a little bit more into First Amendment activism and journalism, citizen journalism. So go and check him out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys at the next location. Bye for now.
Hello everyone, I am responding to the surprising amount of requests to hear more from me as a part of my SEO keywords and phrases clip at the end of my stories. So hang around to the end to hear what new content I've included. Well, congratulations. If you have stuck around this long, you are going to hear the exciting and fantastic world of search engine optimization, keywords and phrases being stated by me. I'm trying this new approach in an effort to see if it will help reach new people who have not seen my content. So thank you for sticking through all the way to the end for this very exciting SEO keywords and phrases audio clip. First Amendment audit, First Amendment auditor, cop watch, filming in public, public photography, police audit, civil rights audit, constitutional audit, filming cops, public employee accountability, freedom of the press audit, government transparency audit, cop gets owned, pirate, cop exposed, public official meltdown, unlawful detainment, cop violating rights, do not talk to cops, police fails audit, detained for filming, illegal arrest caught on camera, tyrant exposed, shut down by the law, cop loses it, Karen meltdown in public office, police accountability, law enforcement transparency, government employee misconduct, qualified immunity, badge number refusal, unlawful search and seizure, rights violation, abuse of authority, refusing ID, public records access, public records request, FOIA request audit, know your rights, what to do when detained, filming police legally, recording a public law, First Amendment rights explained, how to file a complaint against police, legal to record government workers, public sidewalk rights, is ID required by law, open government laws, can I film in City Hall, must see police encounter, unbelievable cop behavior, you won't believe this audit, epic audit fail, gone wrong audit, never seen before reaction, wait for the end, triggered public official, body cam footage released, he regrets confronting this auditor, City Hall audit, police station audit, courthouse audit, DMV audit, public library audit, sheriff department audit, post office audit, federal building audit, public park audit, fire department audit, school district audit. You truly are the hardcore of the hardcore. You have decided to go to the very end and have likely listened to every single minute, every second of the story I just produced for consumption, and I thank you for your interest. On behalf of all media wizards out there, thank you. Now, on to the newest of my July and August 2025 revisions. After a rather profound amount of emails, Facebook messages, as well as YouTube comments, I've decided to expand this out a bit. I've had a far-reaching range of suggestions come my way for things to read, discuss, etc. I don't know what is right. This is my first time doing this, so I'm going to start with something that many people have asked me about. Steve, what do you like to read? I'll tell you, and then I'll read to you a couple of excerpts from something I read every week and have since my late teens. I love science fiction, fantasy, legal history, yes, as in the history of law. I am an avid studier of the field of ethics with a particular interest in deontology, consequentialism, and utilitarianism, and gaming books. What I am going to read to you for the month of July and August are two excerpts from two amazing works. One from 2,500 years ago and one from 1,500 years ago. They are influential reads from my collection. The first is from The Art of War and the second is from Corpus Juris Civilis. I will read what I think has been important advice to me this month in July, and I believe going forward into August as I take advice from these two very wise men. From The Art of War, in the chapter Attack by Stratagem, Sun Tzu wrote, "Thus we may know that there are 5 essentials for victory. 1. He will win who knows when to fight and when not to fight. 2. He will win who knows how to handle both superior and inferior forces. 3. He will win whose army is animated by the same spirit throughout all its ranks. 4. He will win who, prepared himself, waits to take the enemy unprepared. 5. He will win who has military capacity and is not interfered with by the sovereign. 6. Victory lies in the knowledge of these 5 points. If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. If you know yourself but not the enemy, for every victory gained, you will also suffer defeat. If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle." To me, this wisdom from Sun Tzu tells me that I go about my business as a journalist covering stories exposing corrupt government agencies and employees. I need to, 1, know when, how, and why to push to get as much information as I can. 2, if I know how to handle a variety of situations, both big and small, I will win. 3, stick to my passion regarding my journalism and what I seek to achieve through it. 4, know your laws. Always study. Keep studying. Never think you know it all. A wise man knows he knows nothing at all. 5, own your own company so you are your own boss. Don't let others' rules dictate what information is made available to the public for them to decide. And 6, stay on top of the aforementioned principles and you will be victorious. The second excerpt comes from Corpus Juris Civilis and is in reference to Aelius Marcianus, a very important jurist from the 3rd century of Rome. In Latin, it is written that from the Marcianus Libro Primo Institutionum Named ipsum jus honorarium vivavax est juris civilis. Translated to English, this roughly means Marcianus, Book 1 of the Institutions. For even the honorary right itself is the living voice of civil law. To me, when I go out to do my work as a journalist and bringing content to you about our government, it tells me that to be studied in and know how to interact with the law will leave you with a voice, but to not know the law leaves you without one. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching my content, my stories, and supporting my journalism. I'll see you at the next location.